Hi my friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tabitha and I am the maker and creator behind Safari Stitches, and on my channel we do a lot of market prepping, market recaps, crocheting, a lot of fun crafty things. So if that sounds like something that you would love to watch, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video to let me know that you're here and you're watching. And if you're working on anything while you're watching this video, make sure to let us know in the comments. With all of that to say, this week is kind of it is a crochet with me market prepping video, but I know we have talked so many times before on my channel about how my loaf cat listing on Etsy kind of exploded a little bit. In my terms of exploding, that was the bulk of my makes at the end of last year and like super early this year. And I got like a little wave, I'm assuming for Valentine's Day. I had a bunch of orders come in and then they kind of slowed down and they were just trickling in, and I kind of let them slip a little bit. I'm not late on my shipments by any stretch. I'm still getting things out on time, but I had a market at the beginning of February that I obviously prioritized. It was my first market of the year. If you haven't watched that video, check it out right here, or I will link it in the description and it'll be one of the recommended videos at the end of this. It was a really great first market for a market that was on its second year, but it had changed the date from last year. So it was on a new date at a new time. So I was very pleased with it. I have another market coming up on March 15th. So we are back to market prepping. I've done quite a bit. I'll give you guys an update on that in a little bit. But before I really focused on that, I really wanted to get well and far ahead on my Etsy orders, because since my loaf cat listing has been fairly consistent, I think now my Etsy algorithm is also pushing some of my other listings out, because I've been pretty consistent about getting things out early or at least on time. For the most part, I get things out pretty early. I think my processing is, I can't remember if I changed it back to 7, I want to say it's like 7 business days right now. So it's a decent amount of time, but for a handmade business, I feel like that's fairly quick. But I don't really get that many orders, and I'm cutting back on my markets this year, so I actually have a little bit more time to dedicate to making custom orders or making Etsy orders. But I've made a couple of other sales this week, which I'm really excited about, that are not loaf cats. Like, don't get me wrong, I love making the loaf cats. The pictures that everybody sends me are hysterical sometimes. Like, I laugh out loud at some of them. I can't lie to you. But I'm excited that I have 2 other listings that have now sold something. And my lion pattern is also doing a little bit better, which is really exciting. So I've sold 2 copies of that now, which is exciting. You know, it was my first like pattern that I was truly like, this is like the vibe that I'm going for with the style of plushie that I want to make. And it's kind of launched me into a whole line of plushies along this same similar pattern and style and shape and all of that. So I'm excited to see that one is kind of like, when I check on it, it says it's in people's carts, so people are thinking about it, which is good. So I'm hoping that as time goes on, that will just kind of pick up a little bit. That said, today I wanted to film, but all of my batteries were dead. I went to go film the intro that I just did with this camera and my battery died. So I had to plug in all of my batteries. I actually can't find one of my batteries. It's around here somewhere, but I have made a mess of my office. I really need to do an office reset at some point, but it's not going to happen today. But I have been grinding today to get these loaf cats finished. Like, I've finished 3.5 loaf cats today so far. My goal is to finish at least 1 more and get it packaged and shipped. But I wanted to come on here and show you guys the ones that I've made so far. The one that was almost done, I've actually already packed up and it's boxed. If I can find the picture, I'll pop it up on the screen. It was pretty straightforward and easy. So that one I just kind of knocked out really quick first thing this morning. Got it sent to my a picture sent to my customer. I send pictures of custom orders to my customers before I package them up and get their okay. That way I don't like box it up and then they're like, oh no, can you change this? And then I have to unbox it and fix it. So that's kind of like my method of how I do it. I did get, the next 2 loaf cat orders have 2 loaf cats a piece, and they're both gifts. So the first one, we got just like a little, almost like a tuxedo, like a little tuxedo cat. Just black and white, pretty straightforward, little pink nose. It had a little black chin, so I made sure to include that, and then a really skinny stripe on the forehead and green eyes. So again, super straightforward and easy, and that one is ready to go. It's already been okayed by the customer. Same with this one. Super straightforward, just a dark gray cat with green eyes, black nose, and white whiskers. Super duper easy. I also just want to say, so obviously, unless you live under a rock, you know Joanns has been bought by a liquidation company. That is where I get most of my yarn from. I'm so sad that we're not going to be able to get the deals that we were before. However, I do want to say this is a good time to mention, when you price your products out, act as if you are paying full price for your supplies, because I've had 2 instances in the last, it's not very often that this happens, because usually I try to restock the colors of yarn that I'm running low on before I actually run out. But I've had 2 instances making loaf cats where I have run low because I had like back-to-back orders of the same colorway, like specifically orange tabby cats, one of the most common things I've had ordered for customs. And I use a very specific Burnout blanket. It's one of the mystical lines. I'm sure I think it's, I don't know the name. I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see it, but it's like a spitting image of an orange tabby cat. So I was using that. I ran out of that twice because I was just getting back-to-back orders of orange tabby cats, and I had to go and buy it, and I paid full price for that yarn one time, and then I had to buy it on Amazon the second time because everywhere local to me was sold out, and that was going to get it to me the fastest. So I have paid full price for yarn because I've had to restock it for an order that I needed to get done and get out. So I always, when I figure up my pricing for my plushies, I always have full price for my supplies that I use for that reason. So this is a good time to like put that in there. Like, even if you don't pay $11.99 or $13.99 or whatever for a skein of Burnout blanket yarn, act like you did, because one day you may have to, and then you're going to lose money on it, and your profit margin is going to be lower because you didn't charge enough. Anyways, I digress. This guy, because I actually, funnily enough, my dark gray Burnout blanket, this is it. This is all I've got left, and it's not enough to make an entire loaf cat with. I'm going to probably try and just use it up and make the mini loaves that I now offer at my markets. But every time I've gone to Joanns, they've been sold out of that specific color, so I haven't been able to restock it. So I did have some Premier Basics chenille in the gray, so that's what I ended up using. And this is the second gray loaf cat I've actually made out of this yarn, and it uses like just over half a skein of one of their skeins of the Premier Basics chenille. And y'all, this is so soft. Like, this, I have, like, I'm trying to see, these 3 cubes right here have mostly Premier Basic chenille in it, and now I'm sitting here like, I need to use this yarn. I don't know why I haven't used this yarn before. Like, it's like so buttery soft. Like, if you use this yarn regularly, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I wish you guys could reach through this camera right now and touch this cat because it's so soft. I want to keep it. It's so soft. So I actually think I'm going to place a big order of the basics line, basic chenille, and get a bunch of different colors and just kind of start slowly incorporating the basic chenille into my like regular rotation of yarn, because I'm not going to have the Burnout blanket readily available for me anymore. But just to give you like a size comparison, so this is Burnout blanket and this is chenille, basic chenille from Premier. And I mean, they're virtually, I mean, they are identical, like literally the exact same size. So they're very interchangeable. Honestly, well, we all know black Burnout has always been awful. It's gotten a little bit better over the last like 6 months or so. I think they redid their formula for all of their yarns. It might have been a year ago now. I honestly don't remember. I can't keep up with it. But this black is one of the newer ones, so it's a little bit softer, but compared to this guy, I would choose the gray one every single time. It's so soft. So I want to get, I don't have any black over there, so I can't compare the black Basics chenille from Premier to this black by Burnout, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that it's pretty similar in texture. I don't know. Maybe somebody can chime in and let me know that I'm correct in the comments, but I'm probably going to place a big order for basic chenille and start using that, incorporating it into my makes, especially for my markets. Like my snugglers in this yarn, ugh, to die for. I can only imagine how insane they're gonna feel. So anyways, all of that whole soapbox there, this is the first cat order that I got finished this morning, or today rather. It is ready. I sent pictures. My customers okayed it, so I was actually just about to package it up, and I was like, oh, I should film really quick before I do that. So this next order also has 2 love cats in it. I've only got one finished because I wanted to take a little bit of a break, let my hand rest a little bit. It is currently 1:45 in the afternoon, so I have plenty of time. The day is young. This is apparently the mascot. If you are in, hold on, let me look this up so I get this right. Okay, so if you are in Knoxville, Tennessee, this order is actually going to be a gift for the owner of Scruffy's Cat Cafe in Knoxville, Tennessee. Apparently this first one that I made is the mascot for Scruffy's. So I thought this was such a cute little order and I really had to share, but here it is. Let me put my phone down. It's just a solid black with gold eyes, and she's actually missing I guess the left eye. I don't know. Oh, it is a girl. She is missing the left eye. So my customer that ordered this for the owner requested that I do an X in a similar color to the actual safety eye. So I just did like a really pale yellow X right there, and then it's got a black nose. It's kind of hard to see. But there is a black nose on there, and it has black whiskers, but I wasn't going to put on black whiskers. I'll ask my customer if they want me to put it on, but you won't be able to see it anyways. But yeah, so if you're in Knoxville, Tennessee, the owner is getting one of my love cats. So I'm really excited. That one has one more cat in the order, so that is going to be next on my list to get done. But I just wanted to jump on and film those so I could get the other 2 packed up, because I'm about to run to the post office here in about an hour. But yeah, that's kind of my update for right now. So I'm gonna get these packed up and ready to go, and then I'll touch base whenever I start crocheting again. And I don't want to bore you guys to tears with me making all of these love cats. I know I really beat that topic down at the end of last year and then the beginning of this year. I feel like most of my videos were custom love cats, so I won't bore you to tears with it, but I did want to show you guys the ones that I've made. I will obviously show you the ones that I am making and will make and finish as I get them done. But yeah, I've been yapping now. I need some water. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get this packed up and I will touch base with you guys in a little bit. morning, my friends. Or hello, gorgeous. Hello. I've got my coffee. It is currently 7:30 in the morning. We're getting a little bit of a late than normal start for me. I'm usually an early morning person, but if you play Disney Dreamlight Valley, you know that the most recent update just came out yesterday, which was February 26th, and I was really excited. So I spent a little bit of time this morning playing. I didn't go too crazy because I can get sucked in and end up playing for hours, and I can't do that today. So I played for a little bit, and I got off like a responsible adult, made my coffee, and here we are. Here we are. Just almost spilled my coffee everywhere. Anyways, I thought I would give you guys an update. Today is Thursday. It's February 27th. Yeah? Yeah. February 27th. One day away from the end of the month, and guess what I still have not done? I have not released a new pattern for February. Now, in my defense, it has been a little bit crazy trying to juggle my day job along with market prepping, because we are now just over 2 weeks out from my next market, and my market prepping is a little abysmal right now. So in my defense, I've been working on it on and off for the last couple of weeks. I am on my last pattern for my pattern pack. I technically have 2 patterns written, and my goal was to write 1 per month. So technically I'm kind of ahead of the game here, but I really want to release them as a pattern pack. So I am trying desperately to get the 3rd one finished, but when I wanted to make this a pattern pack, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet on my YouTube channel or even really talked about it a whole lot. I think I've given some sneak peeks here and there, but it's my pack of pachyderms, and you have rhino, hippo, and elephant, and since they're all very similar, I didn't want to release them all as separate patterns because they're basically the same pattern, but I've written the head completely different, and then the tail is different on all of them. So I didn't want to sit there and say like, oh, you have to pay for a whole other pattern just to get a different style head. So we're doing a pattern pack. They're still going to be written individually, so you don't have to like flip to a certain page to find the legs and the arms and the body and then find the next, like whatever. I'm still including the instructions for the body in each pattern, instead of just doing a master pattern. That way, when you download it, you can save it and say, hey, this is the elephant one or whatever, you know. But for me personally, I actually prefer them separate, because then I can say, oh, I am making an elephant, because my brain tends to wander while I'm crocheting, and the next thing I know, I'll be making a hippo-elephant combination of some kind. You know, I don't know. That's just the way my brain works. So that is coming. Like I said, I have 2 finished and written, and then I'm almost done with the elephant. I've had to redo the elephant twice now, the elephant head specifically, because I can't figure out, I couldn't get the trunk to do what I wanted it to do when I made it all in one piece, and now I'm trying, like I made the head first, and and now I'm crocheting the nose into, like onto, I don't know. It's a long... Anyways, by the time that this video goes out, I should, crossing my fingers, I should have a tester call out on my Instagram, so this is a great time for me to do a little bit of a shout out for myself. This is my Instagram handle right here, if you want, and it's also linked in the description, so if you want to jump over there, give me a follow. I do all my tester calls over there. This is obviously a big pattern pack. It's 3 patterns, and I want plenty of people testing each one, so I'm probably going to try to get 3 to 4 people per item. Usually I do 4 to 6 for one, but this time I think I'm going to do 3 to 4 per, so it'll be 9 to 12 people that I need to test, and I don't get that very many people testing, so if you go over there and you comment, you probably have a pretty good chance of being selected, as long as you follow what I spell out in the post. All of that to say, in addition to that, I wanted to give you guys a really quick market prepping update, because I have been on and off market prepping as I can. This week has been a little bit lax as far as what I've been making, and my market prep bucket is looking extremely empty. but I will show you. So if I can even reach, my arms aren't long enough. Hold on. Dump this on the table. This is very precarious. This is one of my best sellers. It's a possum, and they're so cute. I love these so much. I have actually just switched to Burnout blanket for these ones. I normally make them out of Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim from Michaels. But if you're familiar right now with that line, you know that they've had some quality issues, and my stores locally have yet to pull that yarn. I have been told that all the stores have been told to remove the poor quality yarn from their inventory, but they said it could take a couple of months for them to kind of like get everything out of rotation and fix the quality issue. So I'm trying not to use up my Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim if I don't have to. Anyways, oh my gosh. It was me! I put my coffee down! It's me. See? Yep, it's me. I promise. Oh my lord. Chaos. Anyways, so all of that to say, I am still market prepping. I have so many Etsy orders open right now. I think I had 8 as of yesterday. And they're pretty much all custom orders except for, or they're all stuff that I have to make except for one. One, she requested the item in, like an item in the photo, and I actually still have it in my inventory. So I'm just going to pull that from my market inventory and send that to her. So I still have 7 orders. I did finish, oh, that was really why I came on here. I finished the second loaf cat, I think in the last clip that you guys saw. I was showing off the one-eyed loaf cat that I made, and I was making its little buddy to be shipped. I accidentally packaged it already because I forgot to come on here and give you an update. Aside from that, I'm working on one more loaf cat. I should be done with that in the next like half hour or so. I just have to finish the back end and do the tail and then sew it together, and it should be done. And that's one order. Then I have a cow snuggler to make, another loaf cat, a Hugo the Humpback Whale, which I was going back and forth with my customer yesterday picking out colors for hers, and I'll show you the color palette she's going for here in a second. Aside from that, I've also been market prepping, which is what I've been trying to say for the last like 10 minutes. I've got, I think I made 5 of these little possums, and this is made in Burnout blanket, like I said, in the pink, white, black, and then I believe this is the dove gray color. I don't know. I really liked the dove gray. I was going to go with dark gray, which is this color here, but I'm very low on the dark gray. I'm actually about to place an order with Premier. We're going to try it. So I need to place that order today as well. I'm going to stock up on the neutrals that I like to use a whole lot, because I know I mentioned the solid gray cat in a couple of clips ago, the loaf cat that I made. It's so soft. So I'm really excited to start using Premier Basics chenille. So I've got 5 of these guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one of my best sellers. It's a free pattern, which is fantastic. I use the one by Rumble Crochet. I know there's several others out there that are also free or low cost. I will link all of these patterns below as I mention them in the video. That way, if you see something that you would also like to recreate yourself, you can go and find it too and make one. Next, I've got 3 loaf cats. This was my best seller at my last market, so I just found some like neutral-ish colors that were in my scrap bucket, and I made 3. One in this like light brown rust color, the dark gray, and then the like bright rust orange. I usually use this color for my foxes, but it's definitely giving orange tabby cat. So I've got 3 of those made. And then these mini turtles were also a really great seller for me last time, so I've got 2 of these. Again, I just go in my scrap yarn bucket and I pull a color for the shell, and then I use either Dove Gray, which is this one, or Baby Sand, which is this color for the body, just to kind of keep it neutral. I also have a boatload of the sage green color from Burnout blanket, so I think I might try to incorporate some turtles with the sage green bodies and heads and fins to try and use that up a little bit, because I think I have, can y'all see it? That entire cube right there, the whole front, like the 2 stacks in the front are all sage green, and then this one over here has 2 stacks of the sage green as well. So I have a lot of the sage green color. So I think I'm going to try and use up some of that. Next we have some mushy boys. I have not made these in a very, very long time. They kind of fell off as far as like, they just weren't selling for me anymore, so I stopped stocking them. Because I'm trying out new venues this year, I want to retry some of the stuff that used to sell really well for me. So Mushy Boys is on the list. I haven't put the white dots on yet, but I've got 10 of these, and I am embroidering the eyes. They look a little creepy though, so I'm having a little bit of regrets of doing embroidered eyes instead of just regular safety eyes. But unfortunately, I've already made all 10 without eyes on, so we're gonna have to embroider them anyways, but they're gonna stay in this bucket. And then I'm also in the process of making some more Kindle sleeves. I've got 2 in this colorway that I've finished, except for putting the button on. And then I've got 1 pickle without eyes, because I do embroider the eyes on the pickles, because little kids really like the pickles. And I've got 1, because that was what I had in my scrap yarn bucket. That is it. That is like 2 weeks worth of work. Usually I can get that kind of level of stuff done in about a week. And so I'm kind of slacking a little bit, because some of these even, I'm trying to think, the possums were done in a night. The Mushy Boys took me, I think, 3 days to get to that point, and they're still not finished. I finished both of these in 1 day. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm all over the place because of work. It's just a little bit crazy, so. But that is my update. I'm gonna get this next loaf cat finished and ready to go so I can take pictures of it. I need to look at my market inventory, because my next Etsy order will be a cow snuggler. It's the Mama Made Minis cow snuggler. And if I don't have cow snugglers in stock, I will probably batch make. Along with the Etsy order, I'll probably make at least 1 more of the big snugglers, and I really want to make the mini by Raven Jade Co., I believe. I think it's Cookie the Cow, I believe. I think it's Cookie the Cow. I mean, obviously, I'm going to link everything below, but I think that's going to be my plan, because it's all the same colors, so I can kind of batch make those in a sense, and at least boost some of my inventory. I'm gonna get to work, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. It's almost 10 o'clock. I fear I have been so distracted today. I don't know, but I did finish the loaf cat, and I have now sent pictures to my customer. I'm still waiting on a response. I'm hoping I hear from her before 11, because that's when I'm going to the post office to drop things off, and I would love to get this dropped off and shipped today. But I have literally, I mean, I think I updated you at 7:30, and it's now almost 10 o'clock. So it's 2.5 hours. I promise you it did not take me that long to get this loaf cat done. Somebody sent me a video on TikTok, and then of course I ended up doom scrolling for a little while, and yeah. Let me say hi. Come here. Say hi. Hello. What you doing? Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, this is my best buddy. I love her. This is my soul dog. She's Rosie, if you haven't met her before, if you're new here. You saying hi? She's ready to go potty. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go let her out really quick, and then I will touch base with you guys when I finally figure out what the heck I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Hello friends, just a quick update. So it is currently 2 o'clock. It's 1:56 in the afternoon, and I have not heard back about this loaf cat. I'm about to run to the post office. I did hold off on the post office because I wanted to give her time to respond so I could get this cat out today. It's very possible she's at work. So it's really not that big of a deal. It's not like it has to go out today. I am going to wait until she responds. Surprise. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It looks like you can. It looks like it might be very loud. Volume, hello. Testing, testing. Good Lord. I am nervous about this because I feel like it's going to be way too loud, but I'm not used to it yet. So hopefully we'll figure it out. But hello, good morning. As you can see, I have purchased a new mic, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay and the sound is okay. I'm obviously waving it about, so I apologize if it is louder than normal. I have been trying to find a mic that is both compatible with my phone, my computer, and my Sony. I have a Sony ZF1 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but my camera for filming. I wanted something that I can use across the board so that my sound is relatively the same across all of it. And hopefully I have found one. I'm gonna listen back to this, and hopefully it's not like insanely loud. I really also need to learn to stop waving it around because that looks crazy. Anyways, hello, good morning. It is Friday, February 28th. It's the last day of February, and I still have not finished my patterns for February, and I'm so sad about it. I also still have not heard back about the custom loaf cat, so I do need to ping her again and see if I can prompt a response. And then I also did not do any of the finishing work that I needed to do yesterday on, oh my gosh, the lighting is terrible. I'm just gonna have dots down my face. I didn't finish any of the mushy boys that I showed you guys yesterday when I did my little market prep update. I did, however, start last night. I started on the cow snuggler that I need to do for an Etsy order. It's the next one after this loaf cat. So I went ahead and started that, but I'm also taking it as an opportunity to batch an extra one for my markets. So let me go grab, I only got the heads done last night because it was late by the time I started that. And I'll explain why in a second because it's kind of exciting. So let me just go grab the two that I worked on last night. Okay, so this is the one for my Etsy order. Just a little black and white cow, and I used baby sand for the accents on the face. I love, this is one of my favorite snugglers to make. I love it. The big ones don't sell quite as well for me. I do really, really well with Cookie the Cow. I can't keep the Cookie the Cow one in stock. I think that's going to be my next batch project, is to make a ton of Cookie the Cow. I would like, as crazy as this is about to sound, I would like to make 5 Cookie the Cow snugglers, like the little tiny ones, because they sell super well for me, and I'm trying to, whenever I make a new item, I'm trying to batch make them in large quantities so that they last me a little bit longer, although if they sell out, it's a great problem to have. But yeah, so this one is from my Etsy order. I got the head finished. She does want embroidered eyes on this one. And then this is the one I decided to batch make for my market inventory. I went with this really cute, like rusty brown color for the accent, and I love it. I think it's really cute with the pink nose. And this one, obviously, I will put eyes on. I find that the snugglers that sell the best for me are the ones with eyes. I learned that last year because every time I took something to my markets without eyes on it, and I went back and put eyes on it while I was there, and then put it back out with the eyes on, it basically immediately sold. So I do tend to put eyes on my snugglers because that seems to work the best for me. Hello. It is the afternoon. It is
4 o'clock to be exact. I wanted to come on and give you guys a quick update because I haven't updated you in a little bit. But I don't know if anybody that watches my channel also watches Ale Crochet. You know, Morgan over at Ale Crochet. She just recently started selling on Palm Street. It's a live selling app. And I used to do live selling for my other business, and I don't do it anymore. But I was intrigued because typically, like, live auction selling is not something that you would do with handmade goods because it takes us entirely too long to make things, and there's no way I'm auctioning and risking losing money. So I looked into it and I actually applied to be a seller and I was approved. I went through onboarding this morning and I scrambled to throw together a live show, and I actually just got off. I was live for an hour and a half and it didn't go amazing, but I'm pretty happy. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys what sold during my live, and then later on we will we'll pack it up together. But the first thing to sell was this solid gray loaf cat with the blue eyes. And this person that bought this also won a giveaway and chose a rainbow bee. So then somebody bought one of my mini turtles for $18 in this blue tweed color. I ran another giveaway for somebody and they won a pink bee. They did not make another purchase, but that's fine. The whole purpose of the giveaway is so people get it for free. And then I had one other person, actually, funnily enough, it was the same person that onboarded me this morning. She was in my live shopping, which is so fun. I love that. So if you're watching, Jackie, hello. But she grabbed one of my flower buddies, and this is the teal sparkle one. And she also grabbed this hippo snuggler. This is the Mama Made Minis hippo snuggler. And I think it's Hendrix hippo. And super cute. So she grabbed both of these guys. And the hippo sold for $45. This sold for, I believe, $20 because I auctioned this one off, so I did a little bit of a discount. And yeah, so I got, what is that, 6 items? 6 items, yeah. And 2 of those were giveaways, so I only sold 4 things. I'm not sure. I'm pleased with how that went for how few people I had. I think the most I had in there at one time was like 8 people, and there weren't very many really chatty people. It was a lot of like talking to myself, which is fine. I don't really mind. I mean, I literally sit here and talk to myself, to you guys all the time. So it didn't bother me at all. I don't really get uncomfortable in situations like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll link Palm Street in the description below if you would like to come and hang out with me. I have my next show is scheduled for Friday afternoon. Well, I guess it's technically Friday morning at 11:30 in the morning. So if you want to come and hang out with me over on Palm Street, make sure you click that link and join, and let me know if you do pop into my show on Friday that you're from YouTube, because obviously I would love to meet you guys. That kind of brings me to another thing. So I've been toying with the idea. I used to go live on TikTok at least twice a week, and I would just like crochet and I'd hang out and we would chat and whatever. If I were to start going live on YouTube, is that something you guys would be interested in? Because I love going live. I love interacting in real time with people. Like, this is fun. Like, oops. I don't mind. I love filming content for YouTube. Like, I enjoy this a lot. So I'm not by any stretch complaining. Oh my gosh, I'm going to knock this bee over again. But I would love to start going live again, and I don't really want to do it over on TikTok. I don't know why. I think I'm just trying not to put all my eggs in one basket, although me being over here doing videos, shorts, lives, that is putting all my eggs in one basket, but I feel like YouTube's not going anywhere, you know? TikTok, I feel like, is probably not going to end up going anywhere, but you never really know. We didn't think it was going to get banned, and then it disappeared for less than 24 hours. That still cracks me up when I think about it. But I don't know. If I were to go live here on YouTube, is that something you guys would like tune in and come and hang out with me for? Especially while I'm like market prepping. I liked going live while I was market prepping because it kept me from doom scrolling on my phone, if that makes sense. So if that's something that you'd be interested in tuning into, let me know in the comments below, and maybe we'll schedule a live, like maybe once a month, I'm thinking. Just like pick a day and go live and hang out together. So yeah. Anyways, I want to run to Joanns and see if my local Joanns has started their liquidation sale. Breaks my heart, but I really need to stock up if they are. So I'm going to run and do that. But when we get back, I'm probably going to work on Etsy orders and market prepping. I am in the process of kind of bulk making, like batch making things. That's usually how I get the most done. So much to do, so little time. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on and give you guys an update because I didn't want to say anything before I went live just in case it was a complete dud and I didn't sell anything. So, yeah, that's my update. I'll keep you guys updated. Y'all will obviously hear about all of the live selling shenanigans, and hopefully if you come join, you guys can come and chat with me on Friday. We can hang out. I'll see you guys later. Good morning, everybody. It has been a couple of days since the last time I did an update on here. This week has been one of those really weird weeks, and I don't know if anybody else has these weeks, and it was not burnout because I was definitely working on things, but it was like I was trying to accomplish so much in a week, and I got a lot done, but I also feel like I didn't get anything done. Does that make any sense at all? I don't know. It was just like a really bizarre week with my day job. I had a lot going on in my day job. Like Tuesday, I was completely out of pocket. And then just like on top of market prepping and getting custom orders done and out on time. Plus I started doing the live sales over on Palm Street. It's just been a little bit crazy. So I have been doing things, but I haven't really been filming and picking up the camera just to save myself some time, because if you make YouTube videos or film any type of content, you know that like setting up the camera to get good angles and having to get up and down to start and stop. And I don't know, it was just like a lot going on in my brain. Plus I was working on my other business that's like my other online business. So I have a lot of things to update you guys on. A very sad thing happened. I did my last Joanns trip. I have a very, like, our Joanns is like, it's like a big Joanns, but it's not one of those Joanns that I think is just going to continually get stuff. Like, I think there's bigger stores getting the rest of the warehouse inventory shipped to it. Like, they may restock one time, but there were hardly any boxes around for them to like unload and like restock the shelves. But I did my last Joanns haul, you guys. I'm so sad. I was almost emotional walking through because Joanns was really, and maybe some of y'all can relate to this because my fiance thought I was nuts. This kind of reaction, but like Joanns was the reason I was able to start my business. Like my crochet business, the foundation of my crochet business is Joanns, because that's where I got my crochet hooks from. It's where I bought majority of my yarn from. Like all of this Burnout blanket yarn that you see, 90% of that came from Joanns. That was like my one-stop shop to get everything that I need. That's where I bought my first safety eyes from. Like, I don't know. So it was just like, it was a bit of an emotional reaction for me to do my last ever Joann's shop. It was tough. It sucks. Like Joann's, like we have Michaels here, but if y'all's Michaels are anything like my Michaels, they have maybe 5 colors of Burnout blanket in stock, and it's usually like 3 shades of like an off-white or tan color, and then like some of the other like variegated colors, but they never have black, they never have white, they never have any of the colors that I use the most. So I don't know. It was just like a little upsetting that it's gone. I did want to take a moment because I'm sure there are a bunch of people that are in the exact same situation as me. So I did want to go through. So this post is, let me just pull it up again. So Mom's to CHATTY on Instagram, and I will link this post in the description because it's super helpful, because I'm sure there are other people trying to figure this out. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. But Mom's to CHATTY actually created a post on her Instagram account listing out like, hey, if you like this yarn from Joann's, this is where you can get a comparable one from, which is like insane. Like, it's so nice of her to put together a graphic for this. So go save it so that you have it for later. I have a very big, very large haul for you guys. This was my last trip to Joann's. It looks like my memory card is now full. So let me change this out really quick and I will come back. Hopefully that's the last time I have to pause this. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have 3 bags, and I was very lucky that I was able to get this much stuff, because when I tell you my Joann's was just completely desolate, that's why I'm saying that it's probably my last. I might try to go one more time because I want to get some of, they have my favorite storage bins there. So I might go one more time when like everything was only like 20-25% off. So they're not like in full liquidation mode yet. But I'm thinking maybe this week they'll drop the prices again. So I may go back to get some more storage bins, because I feel like you can never have too many storage bins, and I really like those. But I've got 2 bags, 3 bags here full of yarn and all sorts of other goodies like crafting supplies and stuff. So we're just going to go through it really quick, show you guys what I picked up, and then I'll give you guys a market prepping and Etsy order updates. So to start off with, I felt kind of bad doing this because I don't like buying things out, but obviously it's never coming back. So I did buy out a couple of colors. I bought out the white and the black because, like I just said earlier, those are my most frequently used colors, especially with these custom loaf casts that I've been making. So I've got this is chaotic. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of the white. And that was literally all they had. They didn't have anything else. That was it. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 5 black. That was, again, all they had. I bought it out. I got 1 of these. This is the only one they had of this one. And this is the Pretty Girl colorway. I don't know that I even have a single one of these anymore. I think I used it up. So I did go ahead and grab that. I grabbed the tweeds because I make my chickens out of the tweeds, and this one is typewriter, and I got 1, 2 of those. 2 of this colorway. This is Dapple Shadow. It's kind of like a brownish gray color tweed, and I got 2 of those. I did not buy out those. So and then Posy Purple. This is so cute. I don't think I've ever bought this colorway before. But this was the only one they had. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed a cream, and they had tons of cream, and I probably should have grabbed a couple more of these. Okay, so I'm incorrect. I have 2 more whites, and I'm dropping them all over the floor now. I have a purple. This is Baby Lilac. I have 2 of these burnt mustard. And then I've got 2 of the sun soaked, which is just like a really bright yellow. And then I have this baby pink. So that was the one baby pink that I was able to grab. There's my receipt. And then the rest of this is not necessarily crochet related, but we did kind of wander around and just look at what was left. So I was able to grab a pack of the Cricut weeding tools because I have a Cricut, obviously. So I wanted to grab those. My fiance is wanting me to make another shirt for markets. So we grabbed this really pretty, like, athletic Cricut vinyl iron-on in this, I don't know what color this is. Oh, seafoam. These are replacement blades for the specific paper cutter that I have. So I like having extras of those. So I just grabbed the last pack that they had. And then some of you may be familiar with, if you've been watching for a little bit, when I reached 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, I did a giveaway for some of my stitch markers that I've started to make. And so I bought some beads to make some limited edition colorway. And these, they're just like little, I don't know if you can even really see, there we go. But I got 2 of this color and 2 of this color. I really like them. So I'm going to make some limited edition stitch markers with those. But I did get some more lobster claws. I'm going to be making lobster claw versions and like the ones with the earrings. I can't think of what they're called now off the top of my head, but I have both styles. I use both. I like both. I actually prefer the earring style one versus the lobster claw. It's easier for me to do the earring style version. But everybody has their preferences. And then I got a cutting mat for my rotating blade. So yeah, and it's a self-healing mat. It's smaller, but that is everything that I got at Joann's. And I'm going to have to cake all of this yarn. I've got to redo and go through all of this because like I spent $200 almost on Premier's website ordering basics chenille and Parfait Chunky. And then I also bought a couple of cotton colors to try out. I've never tried their cotton yarn before. So I ordered some of that too. So yeah, let me get all of this moved out of the way. And then I will come back and give you guys some market prepping update and a couple of other updates. Okay, so the next update that I wanted to give you guys, I'm really sorry if I'm overly chatty today. I have so much to catch you guys up on because I haven't filmed since like Friday, I think. I think that was the last time I updated, possibly Saturday morning. I might have updated you. I don't remember. At this point, you know, because you've been watching this video. So I also decided on Sunday morning, I decided to do another live sale on Palm Street, and it went better. I had some technical difficulties in this one, so it was a little bit weird. But it went better than the one on Friday, which I was pretty excited about. And you guys are not going to believe what I sold. So the first thing I sold one of my punch needle car coasters to one of my friends. Hi, Maddie. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. But one other person, like, did a little bit of a shopping spree, and I'm so insanely grateful. But the first thing she grabbed was this cute little octopus. I actually did an auction for him. I started him at $8. She ended up getting him for $8. But this cute little yellow octopus is finally going to its new home. And then she also snagged one of my Kindle covers, but I thought I was going to pass out. I started shaking. She also bought my cardigan. You guys, she's going home. I'm so thrilled. She has finally found her forever home, and I could not be more thrilled. So, Sophie, if you are watching this, because I don't know if you'll ever come across this video, but Sophie, I literally cannot tell you how insanely grateful, but she got this for $125. This sold for over there. So she paid $125 for this. She paid $18 for that, and then $8 for this, and then I think I charge like a flat $5 fee for shipping, and then you have to pay $2 extra for each additional item. So I don't know. I am just so freaking thrilled. This was literally the biggest blessing. I needed this so much. You have no idea. So I sold this, and I can't wait until it gets home and worn and loved. And she's been hanging out at my markets. She gets a lot of attention, but nobody has quite sprung to pay the price that I was asking for it. Could not. When it popped up across my screen that somebody bought it, I was like, I was like, I don't know what I do from here. Like, where do we go? Like, what do I do? I don't know how to act right now. It was my one of 2 highest priced items on my live yesterday. The other one was Mr. Toothless back here for $125 as well. So I don't know. I'm thrilled. I'm going to get it packed up and hopefully out today. But that is my live update for you guys. My next live is scheduled for Friday. So yeah, that's my update. I will obviously keep you guys updated. I know a lot of you craft and are looking for different places to sell other than Etsy, but I will link Palm Street in the description below. So if you want to come and join me, come hang out, come introduce yourself. I would love to talk to some of you guys over there while I'm live. It's a lot of fun for me. I love interacting with you guys. So yeah, I'll link that in the description. You can create an account. You do not have to apply to sell straight off the bat. You can just have an account. You can come and hang out, come see what it's all about, come chat with me and whatever. So there's that update. Now, I think the next update is going to be market prepping. Okay, so I will be completely honest with you. Since I had so much going on, I have not done much market prepping. I'm trying to get my patterns written. Unfortunately, I did not finish my elephant pattern. I did start remaking the plushies themselves, but I have not finished the pattern. I haven't remade the elephant head yet to try and figure out the issues I was having with the trunk. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram because I'm hoping to get that done this week. That will come this week. I know at the beginning of the video I was saying that it would be up by now, so you guys can go and enter into the pattern tester call. And normally I would be on top of it, but if you haven't noticed, it's super early in the morning. It's actually Monday already, the day that this video is going up, and it's 8:15 and I have not even started editing the video to go up today. So it's been a little hectic and crazy, unfortunately. So I am scrambling just a little bit to try and make sure I stay on my schedule. So this video will go up today. The pattern tester call may or may not go up today. It's definitely not going to be up by the time this video goes live, but it will either be up later today or early this week. I'm hoping to get it up by Wednesday at the worst. But I do have a lot of Etsy orders going out, so it may not even go up until Friday. So I apologize. I don't know if anybody was even looking forward to it, but if you were, stay tuned. It's coming, I promise. But as for Etsy orders, I did go ahead and ship. I had someone bought, I had sold 2 of the baby Hugo, the humpback whales. One of them ordered the exact one that was in the listing. So I did pull that from my inventory, my market inventory, and I did ship that yesterday, but I will grab a picture of it and I will pop it up here so you can see it. It's also posted over on my Instagram because it was the first one I ever made and I love it. I have a second one to make that has to go out by the 6th, which is in 3 days. That's Thursday. So a lot going on. I did, however, have an Etsy order for a white and black cow snuggler, and that is finished. I just have to embroider the eyes on. So I'm going to get that done. And since I was making this, I went ahead and batch made a second one in this adorable rust brown color. I love, love, love this colorway so much. So I did go ahead and batch make. So I got 2 cows done, one for Etsy, one for my market inventory, because I have a cream and black one for my market inventory. So I wanted to have a second one. I will embroider the eyes on at the same time. That's the only market prepping I've done. I can't lie. I still have not finished the mushy boys. I still haven't finished the pickle. The 2 turtles. Actually, I did do the turtles. I think I showed you guys those. But I did sell one of those turtles in my live on Friday. So we have a lot going on over here. I've also been organizing my office. I finally got my table in place. We've got this really nice yarn wall behind me now for filming and all of the fun stuff. And yeah, that is it, you guys. That's where I'm going to call a video for this week. I know it wasn't a whole lot of actual crocheting, if any at all. I don't even know what I've filmed for this week. So I apologize. It's just been kind of a crazy, weird, awkward week for me. But we have 2 weeks now, less than 2 weeks until my market, and I've got Etsy orders. So stay tuned. The next 2 weeks are going to be pretty crazy and hectic. We've got 2 market prepping weeks coming up, and then obviously the market recap for the market on the 15th. And I'm really excited. I can't wait to take you guys with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it wasn't like crazy crochet content this time around. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. It's just been kind of a weird week, but at least hopefully you can get some market prepping done. Which reminds me, if you were working on anything during this video, make sure you let us know below. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're still here, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I would love to have you join the family. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm speaking it into existence. It's going to happen. Anything else? We'll do an office tour probably in the next few videos, because I am slowly getting things worked out and put away where I want it to. I've got to reorganize my yarn wall, which I've already said. Yeah, I think that's it, you guys. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, let us know what you were working on in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.